Well. Look who we have here. You guys are at the debate club again? What is this, your obsession or something?
What, are you saying obsessions are bad or something, bud?
Actually, we're saying they lead to your downfall. Whoa.
There's
Tommy,
another way to deal with this.
There's a better way.
You're right.
Let's bring it on.
There is.
Let's do this.
There is no question that someone's downfall will lead to their own destruction. Just look at Jay Gatsby. When he came back from the war, Daisy, the woman he loved, had already married another man. He then spent years trying to get her attention because she was the only thing he cared about. Over these years, he seemed popular. He seemed to be having a good time, but he was never truly happy because he wasn't with her. That's why no one showed up at his funeral. He never had any real friends. The reason he threw all those parties wasn't for fun. It was because he had the slightest hope that maybe someday Daisy would show up. The only one person that we could really have considered to be his friend was Nick Carraway, and the only reason that he really befriended him was because he knew that Nick was Daisy's cousin. You see, Gatsby just assumed that if he met with Daisy, everything would just go back to the way it was before. He was so obsessed with her that I'm not even sure he considered the fact that she was married and had a daughter. In fact, I believe Nick even said that Gatsby never really believed in its existence before, it being the daughter. Once he finally did meet her, they fell in love again. From here, everything started to go downhill. The result was that Daisy's husband, Tom, became furious with Gatsby and hated him, which can be justified because Gatsby stole his wife. Daisy did not like this at all, so she became very angry too, which led to her running over Myrtle. Even after this act of madness, Gatsby was still obsessing over her, to the point that he even took the blame for the murder she committed. Here's what Nick said Gatsby told him about how the accident happened. Well, first, Daisy turned away from the woman and toward another car, and then she lost her nerve and turned back. So he recognized that Daisy had gone completely insane and had intentionally committed the murder, and yet he still didn't care about anything other than her. Nick was the only person to whom he told that it was Daisy who had killed Myrtle and not him. The lie he told to everyone else is what caused his death. Myrtle's husband, George, set off to find the man who had committed the crime and kill him, and thus he was led to Gatsby. Had Gatsby just told the truth, I highly doubt that George would have shot a woman. She would have likely just been charged with third-degree murder, because there was no proof that she killed Myrtle on purpose. But the reason he let himself get killed was now that something had gone wrong to prevent him from being with Daisy. He had nothing else to live for, because he was obsessed with her.
Now, I would like to take a small portion of your time today to show you a side of the story that tends to go overlooked, especially when discussing the topic of obsession.